to the action. I think it's cool how people have like turned games like Zelda and Metroid and turned those into randomizers. Gives you like a fresh look through the game, trying to hunt everything down. And even more bonkers ones that combine both games. Sorry. Timing a little bit off there. So yeah, only the red flames are destroyable. I don't think there's any way to get rid of the blue flames, maybe with a fireball or something. I don't know if I've ever actually tried to use a fireball on a flame. I have a feeling those would be still indestructible, the blue ones. No fighting fire with fire. Calculacola's hot tips for relaxing your gaming muscles by suplexing a car, maybe? It was cool to see the Dong Dong Never Die translated version, so get the full lore and special move names and everything. Okay, remember to get the key. Get the key, get the key, get the key. Nope, I've already messed things up. Ghosts are on a different time schedule. And that was interesting. Okay, I think things are back on track. To wait for the right time to go. Though, I think this means that the... I jumped too early. Yeah, timing was going to be just a little bit different. Okay, no key to acquire, but monsters spawn early. Not even sure why I bother getting that gem. There's no reason that I need to hop up there that instant. to jump some ghosts for a while. And then around the 6,300 mark, like right after now. Wait for the right time. Alright, room 44 again. It's like there's so many steps that I need to do in this room. Get this out of the way. Still haven't thought through what I needed to do for the other blue flame there. Okay. Make this block. Like if I think about this for a second, I can drop this one block. But that's not gonna help me out in the long run anyway. I'm still going to need to make that jump, so I guess it doesn't matter. If I leave that block, however, that should be fine, right? Spin around. Alright, self-realization that I kind of autopiloted and messed up something already. I was supposed to get rid of that orange block down there so this could fall farther. I don't think I can make it over there. Things are going so smoothly. Here, fairy. Yeah. One detail. Alright. This time it'll be perfect. No mistakes. Except for that one. I meant to get rid of the block down below and kind of rushed it. So yeah, you can attack the blue flames, which will kind of squish them a little bit, very briefly. Run has been invalidated, yes. But at least I was kind of rushing it a little bit on the one that almost made it, and the timing wasn't as tight as I thought it would be. As long as I do the right thing, then I don't have to worry about rushing too much. And I do have a solution for the flame on the right side. The problem is, it's like a giant room full of one-way gates. If I do the wrong thing at the wrong time, enjoy your lurk and listen, Ren. Is me accidentally jumping again and hitting my head on the ceiling. I did take a screenshot of room 44 a while ago and I should have studied it more. Because it's just a little bit different figuring out the puzzles when you're actually like controlling the character running through the floor. On to room 43. Get the key. And kind of messed that up a little bit. That might work. Ghosts are not as close together as they normally would be. Yeah, first two rooms, 41 and 42 are pretty automatic. Nope. Having a little trouble getting past this part. Gotta get the demon spawning and going to the left, so I have more time to move around. Okay. Demon spawning early. Everything's all out of whack now. Okay, Ghost looks like they're in a good spot. Gotta look for about 6,300 on the timer. Like right now. close there. Made it up high. Things are timing well. Back to room 44. Clear the left flame. Open up these passageways. Get the white potion as soon as possible. I think that's a key too, is like more time left on the clock when getting the white potion, better off I'll be. Okay, ready for the jump. Remember to remove both blocks. Alright, finally made it through that room. And I get a bonus. Hopefully I just don't die in this room. Thank you for the GGs. So in theory, there might be like rewards in here. I've never found anything that was worth my time digging around for. Oh, that's not the one that I want. Nope, I don't think there's gonna be anything. Yeah, I've got expensive taste. I want only the best gems that will give me fireballs. Okay, room 45. I'm gonna immediately pause. And take a screenshot. My new strategy, just take a screenshot of every room, and then I'm gonna take a moment and think through what's gonna be happening in here. Okay, problem number 1 is there's no visible key. So where Where am I going to find the key? Hey there, easily readable name. Welcome on in. Hope your weekend's going well. Have you ever played Solomon's Key before? I'm curious. I've finally made it to room 45. And just gonna scope it out a little bit. If I were a key, I would probably be hiding on the right side of the map because there are the doors on the left, so it would make sense for them to hide it somewhere on the right. And the most suspicious spot to me would be that right side flame just to the left of it. Not quite sure what the enemy spawners are going to do. Hopefully nothing, but I don't think I'm going to be that lucky. If they spawn the skull things that bounce around, that's going to clear out a lot of blocks, but then I'm going to quickly get overwhelmed with enemies. So my first strategy is going to be going to the right and then just poking around trying to make the key appear somewhere. Okay, there's nothing coming out. Oh, spoke too soon. There were skulls eventually. Okay, second spot where something might happen is right above me here on the right. I can't actually generate a block there. These enemies are all cleared out, at least for the second. Can open that. Oh, that's bad for me. What do I do from here? I do still want to explore that upper right area. At the very least, I want to try to remove that block. But how am I gonna get up there and survive these things come down? Should I have done something on the left that would have opened this area up? Probably. Got a traffic jam here. I definitely don't want to be on the floor below me where all the fireball shooting enemies are. That's just going to be death. Like that. Okay, I've got one life left. What if I very quickly... Oh, that's gonna be all kinds of bad. Didn't think that through at all. Alright. Back to 41. Then maybe I'll spend an even longer time looking at 45 the next time I make it over there. Probably the big problem is not knowing where the key is. And there's no guarantee that that spot that I thought was suspicious is really going to have anything in it. I guess if I want to be absolutely sure I can explore the entire basement floor, just trying to create and destroy blocks to see if I get lucky and the key shows up down there. Or there could be power-ups, you never know. They like to hide power-ups in this. Especially in these later levels. So, the downside puzzle is that I do not get the opportunity to save from this point forward. Like, anytime I run out of lives, I have to continue from room 41. I think there are, like, other versions of this game that might have passwords that take you back to certain rooms. And I thought this had passwords too, but if it does, I don't know where the password screen is. I think the first time I played this and saw that GDV screen that it was, that was the password. And then I discovered the hard way that, no, that's not a password. And then pressing a bunch of buttons on the title screen has not produced a password screen, so I think it's just gotta figure out the right strategies, remember the strategies, and then execute the strategies. Room 43, grab the key. So here the key is obviously hidden inside this block. But in the other level, room 45, there could be keys in any old spot. Okay, this pattern is good. Jumping not good. There's at least a little bit of room inside the spot here that I can adjust in midair if I don't time things right. Is this going to be 6300 or 6100? 6100. So right now. Need the monster going that way, and also ghosts. No! Ghosts going the right direction at the right time. Okay, monster spawned immediately, so the timing will be different. Like, it's possible, technically possible, to rack up extra lives, but... Oh, I don't know what I was doing there. You need like 10 fairies to get an extra life, I think, and that's just not going to happen. Okay, it's going to be a mystery if monsters are going to line up time-wise, because I kind of did this a little bit differently than I did before. Could probably stand to jump better. And I forgot to build the second part of the bridge, but that's okay. I was running out of lives anyway. Like, talking through the strategies does kind of help me a little bit, but still have to actually remember my strategies. It's a shame that score does not lead to extra lives, because that would be good incentive to collect treasure and whatnot. That room 45 with those fireball spitting dragons, or gargoyles, or whatever they are. Like, even if I had a fireball, that wouldn't be enough to take those out. And then there's the endless barrage of spinner things coming down from above. So I don't think hunting for a fireball in the bonus room is really gonna help me out that much. At least for the rooms before it, things are looking much more hopeful than the previous stream. There's semi-reliable strategies. I'm finally thinking through where to handle those flames better. Room 43, remember the key? Bounce that ghost. Bounce this ghost. That was very close to me falling down there. Need to create a platform over there. Like so. Then wait for 6100. Be the next, right after this one. Okay, things are going smoothly. Wait for better time to jump ghost. No problem. Go to the left and get rid of the tall flame first. Open this up. Open this up. And this. This is probably one of the, like, densest rooms, composition-wise. I do get a lot out of this room. And mechanics. Needing to go through. Create that block. I just about did that one wrong, but it's okay. I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing with the red flames, but I think I have to attack them when they fall. Okay. Get rid of both blocks. Get a single fairy for no good reason. Alright, we're back at room 45. Oh, hidden room. Gotta remember. This is the reward. Fairies are actually more of a menace than they are helpful. Thank you for the GG's puzzle. Okay, absolutely nothing useful in there. Oh, this is what I wanted. So this can like rotate between different power-ups. And I was able to get a super fireball, which actually would be really useful. I'm going to pause when this loads. So the benefit of the super fireball is that I could shoot it and get rid of both of those enemies right above me. But it's only going to work like right at the start, and I will have to go to the left side of the screen. And I still have no idea where the key is, so there's that. I'd guess it's in that block in the upper right by the flame. Still not quite sure what. Oh, forgot that this flame's gonna be in the way. Okay. I can at least do some exploring now that the things are out of commission, but I'm like permanently trapped in this corner? Like, how am I supposed to get out of here? I could make like a little hidey hole and then go a little bit further maybe and open that other path. These mask things are gonna be trouble. Would be great if there weren't so many of them. Yeah. That one luckily disintegrated immediately. So my only hope here is to quickly build a pathway up through the middle. But then the other many things are gonna immediately come down there. My plan has a few holes. Yeah. Let's pause and look at this room again. So going over to the left, I was at least able to drop that flame, which I think I need to do still, no matter what. Because if I don't drop the upper left flame, how am I supposed to get to the exit? I can't go over those blocks at the top. There's like no way for me to jump that high. I think about this a little bit more. I think at the very least, I do need to get up and to the left. Maybe I don't need to engage with the fireball spitting monsters at all, but they do see me. Not great. Oh, and everything's coming around. I can destroy one of them by making that a bridge. Destroy both of them by making a bridge and making them fall. I don't really need the super fireball, but it sure is helpful. Okay. That is out of the way, but the predicament continues. How am I supposed to get through here alive? Like maybe I'm supposed to get up and to the right first. Yeah, that would make more sense. Clear that out to get to the key, then run through on the way back somehow? This one's gonna take me a while to figure out. And actually, when I was thinking earlier that there's no way for me to rack up extra lives, like every time I get here, there's 2 bells, so I could get 2 fairies and at least get 1 more life. That's also like chewing through time that I could be like getting rid of blocks and setting up a pathway, get actually through the level. So I don't know if the bells are really like red herrings or not. And like the spinning enemies just really get bunched up here. Like, would it be better for me to have plugged them up on the right somehow first, then go to the left? But then as soon as I try to interact with that pathway in any way, I'm going to drop the flame. Then there's no way to get back. Yeah, once I know where everything is, would help for chewing through time. But the other problem is I'm not seeing a good strategy for getting through this, unfortunately. Like once I get to this part in the middle, I'm in spawning enemies constantly. Still haven't quite made it up into that middle spot, but that's also like, even if I got up in that room, not room, but a little safety spot in the middle, the enemies spawning in the upper left are going to fall right in there. If I try to jump out from above or go out through up through the middle. But at least there's only one set of spawners at that point. They're all like just on the edge of me being able to manage them. Oh, that one kept on coming. Okay. Those enemies successfully destroyed. The other fairy has a little trouble finding its way. I don't think it's gonna reach me. Could jump these here. There's plenty of room to jump. Come on, fairy. Make it. Down. Okay. Alright. Easier to jump than I was imagining. I've made it up here. Drop these. So the other half of the problem is getting to the right there. Like, how am I supposed to get to that key? Yeah, I can't imagine playing this in an arcade 7. Like, being able to do all these like precise movements and remembering all these strategies over all the different things be quite challenging. And then there's also a version of this that got ported to the TurboGrafx that was like kind of a like reskinned to match a motion picture, but they kind of like messed with the game speed a little bit, and as far as I understand, that makes it even more challenging. So how am I gonna get over to the right? I could just fall through here and make a bridge. Fall through. Okay. Then I can get back up here. I'm also running out of time. Here's the key. I'm waiting for this enemy to spawn. This part's gonna be hard. Sorry. There we go. Alright, I guess it wasn't that bad. I actually recognized the danger before it hit me. Room 46. Alright, taking another screenshot. Alright, so these boxing kind of enemies. Can't remember if these shoot fireballs or no. Yeah, they definitely spawn at a slightly slower rate, so that helps out. There is probably a key in that block in the upper right. I don't think I'll need to hunt for it because that enemy's gonna box his way to it. Oh, those are both spawning dragons probably, which is bad news for me. So the left side, all those steps are going to be danger because the dragons are going to be constantly spawning there. No way for me to get rid of them. And the right side steps are kind of like the safety spots. If I can get those enemies to fall off and die, then I can clear out those steps and then use them. I'm going to try building a path on the left just because I think it'll be safer. Nope, not like that. Kinda built a block in the wrong spot, but that's okay. Piecing things together bit by bit. Maybe I should be going after the bells, but I think I'll be okay without chasing those down and I will say, like, maybe like 33% or more of the difficulty from this game has to come from the up to jump control. There's just so many times where, especially in a panic, try to maneuver out of the way and end up jumping and knocking my head on the ceiling or something. Don't follow too closely behind that enemy. It is kind of weird that, like, if I'm trying to think of like the original Donkey Kong, that was you press a button to jump. But I mean, if this were a arcade game, like having two buttons, one for the block and one for the fireball, Would probably be a big ask to have a game dedicated, or cabinet dedicated for this game to have 3 buttons. Hit the key. I think there were even like versions of games like Radiant Silvergun that were like 2-button versions, which is kind of like I can't imagine trying to play through that game with only 2 buttons. And of course they had to make some sacrifices for that. Okay, the first version of the stage, so wait till life bar gets to around 6100. Yeah, it kind of defeats the purpose of having all those weapons at your disposal. Oh, I jumped too early. Okay, monster spawning early. Yeah, I'm playing this on the Switch Online. It's part of the NES collection, which does also have the sequel Fire and Ice. So that's a game that I've played a little bit of, and I would describe it as a slightly more chill experience. I don't think there's, at least for the levels I remember, not a whole lot of constantly spawning enemies and death everywhere. More thinking your way through the situations. Okay, maybe next pass is the time to go. Oh, this is bad news. Survived. Okay, made it up. Wait for the best time to go, which is probably now. The easy ferry. Clear out the left pathway first. Clear out this, and this, and this. Get the white potion. Get rid of this. Create the escape route. Fire and Ice is the name of one of Puzzle's favorite poems. Who is the trying to think of the word. The poet. Who wrote that? Robert Frost. Okay. So random Robert Frost thought. Some time ago, I tried to make a Robert Frost themed Super Mario Maker 2 level. So the concept was, you know, two roads diverged in the wood. And then the idea was I'd have two pathways through a level. One would be kind of annoying, but low skill. And then the other pathway would be quicker but higher skill. And if I had actually the creative skill to make a level like that, then it would have been probably something good, but I couldn't quite. Like, the high skill levels were beyond my skill level, so it's a little hard to playtest something like that. Alright, get some... Oh, that was a thing that I wanted. Okay, I gotta remember in the middle there's the opportunity for the super thing. More fairies. It's kind of cool to see, like, all these people who know what they're doing with level creation and that. Am I gonna remember where I spotted the red gem before? Probably not. I don't think I want that. The thing's just kind of random in this. Alright, room 45. Go to the left first. Hey there, Jordy, welcome on in. I would absolutely count this as a puzzle game. Single screen puzzler for sure. If we can encourage these enemies to fall off ledges and die. Okay, those are taken care of. Okay, remember I can jump. Can also run away and get close to trouble. Okay, I need to make my way up the middle. Okay, successfully made it up here. Fairies are gonna... There we go, okay. Think about this again. I need to go down and to the right in order to drop that flame and then make the key accessible. Okay, key acquired. Alright, that's not so bad now. Room 46. Okay, this time I will not be hopefully not be building things that I can't use. So even though these dragons are going to be falling from the left, I think I need to build on the left. Otherwise, there's no way for me to really get these punching enemies out of the way. These sure are spawning at an alarming rate. I'm safe here. Make that guy fall. I can try and make this guy fall. It would just, you know, cooperate. Alright, we've got enemies going where we want them to go. I need to make a brick and then climb onto that brick. How am I going to do that? I really need to get up to the very top there to get that key. I might even need to, I guess that would be helpful, but probably not required for me to get rid of that enemy that's below the key, because I'm going to have to fall down that way. As soon as I go to the right of where I am right now, I'm going to start spawning. I mean, all the dragons are just going to like swarm to the right. I can at least make, I say, so that where I'm standing now, I could make a block up from the third white block on the right. And if I could get up to that block, I'd be safe for a little bit. That's cutting it real close. Oh, I forgot about that. We need the other block out of the way. Alright. Slight hole in the construction plan. That's a problem too. Alright.